but you can control your destiny. To stand still or go on. Growing up in the ghetto, with all the bad examples, you're inclined to follow the wrong set of evil. With price increasing every day. Good morning, and welcome to WSTX AM 970 on your community-minded station. All right, WSTX AM 970, none like it ever, I tell you. Not with the characters that we have on here. I mean, everybody got their characters, but hey, WSTX in that sense got their own uniqueness, right? Yeah, like take Doug here for instance. You know, there's sometimes silly, sometimes serious guy. You know, hey, try to stay off the soapbox, but somehow or the other it just does pull you on sometimes. All right, yes, and 'tis the season now. I know Christmas is way away. Yeah, we even get closer to Thanksgiving yet, but it's a season, a different kind of season. No Christmas tree other than the Christmas tree with the different candidates hanging on it. You know, telling you. Anyhow, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah. You know, one of the things I try to look at in terms of making those kinds of decisions is the persons who's seeking office, their grounding in the community and their participation in community and everything else. You know, that's important to me. I believe so, but checking here with the microphones. Okay, see what's up here, but still on the quiet side. Okay. Yeah. Anyhow. Okay. Good thing. Yes. So I look at their grounding in the community and what they do in the community, and get a feel for, well, is this somebody who's just going in fresh, inexperienced in getting the pulse of the people, or is this somebody who's going in with a little bit under their belt to say, well, okay, they know how to canvass communities and know how to find out what it is going on in the community? I don't tell you. understand what canvassing is and trying to find out people in the community and as contact persons to kind of keep you in the loop, in the pulse, or whatever. I see a lot of people just appear out of nowhere, and you want to know, well, who this person be, and you know, other than the fact that they say I want to be, what is it that says I should choose this person? Well, I'm hoping that we're going to get into more into having forums so that we can show people what's going on. My camera is hooked up there, so you can switch it over. Yeah. Okay. Um, I'm hoping that somehow or the other, some organizations that can stay away from being politically, how should I say? You know, when you come on and you say that this group is who you're supporting, and then you're going to have a public forum for everybody to express their opinions, it kind of don't work the same. It's just not neutral. We need some neutral ground ways of vetting our candidates, okay? But, you know, so much for pipe dreams, right? All right, well, I'll continue to dream, okay, and see what we can bring to reality from dreams from time to time. You never know, okay? But yeah, today is Thursday, yeah. It starts with Thursday, yeah, folks. All you Friday worshipers, just remain calm. Everything is cool. It's Thursday. We got this. Friday gonna be good. Now look how Thursday start off. This morning I look out. First the sky cleared, then it turned gray, and it got gray quick, and the rain started to come down. I mean, this good hard rain started to come down. And I said, what is this? I want to know if I need to get my airboat out so I could get to the station. But you know, sometimes, as they say, wait 5 minutes and the weather will change. So just so the rain start, And it was a blessing, and I don't like how quick the grass and other bush will grow up. You know, the vegetables and stuff, they like, they take their time. And it's just like, don't be rushing me, okay? And furthermore, the water you got out the pipe don't be as good as the one coming from the sky. I back off and put up my hand and say, okay, all right. Take it one day at a time, my son, if that's the way it got to be. All right. Well, my good friend Gerard, your co-host, is, I believe, en route here and everything else. But, you know, since we're there by the rivers of Babylon, he probably have to get a canoe to cross or something, you know. So we'll see what's going to happen there. Want to say a shout out to all the caregivers out there. Yeah. I understand. I have experience. And in that context, I just really admire what you do. And it ain't easy. So continue doing what you do. Anyhow, we got a caller here on line one. Good morning, WSTX.
Good morning, my friend and my co-host. How are you guys?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Co-host on his way in. He ain't here yet.
Oh, okay.
But I know I know you're listening. So don't talk bad about it.
Well, he would reach out to me and ring me a cloud by phone. Listen. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. No, I said that I've listened to you about the rain, a little good shower rain it had, and your concomitant talks on it, and several things come to mind, right? I was thinking it would be a good thing now, I would suspect, if now with the heat and the blackout, if it might be a good thing that a little rain come to cool things down.
Mm-hmm.
You see? And along that line, I was going to ask you, what is your take As a former WAPA employee like myself, what is your take on the outages? And then Mr. Andy Smith throwing up his hand and saying, son, even I can't solve it.
Yeah, well, okay, well, I agree with him.
Yeah.
I agree with him. They bring executive directors in here to be miracle workers, but
Mm-hmm.
you have an ecosystem here that needs a serious overhaul. I mean, my personal opinion is that uh, they need to just shut down WAPA as an organization and create a whole brand new organization, complete with proper hiring and guidelines and everything else, and just start let people turn in their resume and hire people because it really has become a bastion of who know who on the board and who get this raise and like for instance I could tell you something that I was thinking about this just yesterday or the day before, right? You know, there are things that politicians would never do, like, you know, audit themselves. Okay?
Oh, good.
Right? And there are things that WAPA would never do, like audit themselves. Okay?
Of course not. Why?
And,
Why
and
would they do that?
you know, and I was saying to myself, if we could go back over the past 10 or 15 years and look at each job in WAPA and track the increases in salary, and I'm talking about just management alone, brother. I mean, the unions have their own thing, just management alone. It would be amazing. I would not be surprised if it were to reveal, for instance, that job audits are conjured up as necessary as a vehicle to justify giving who friend raise. Okay? You know, in that context, right? So if you make management so top heavy, obviously you're gonna have problems. Okay? Now the other thing, the other thing is, go ahead.
Pick a pin right in for me for a second. Because, you know, it is good, not for me, and not for you, but to hear some other post that has worked at WAPA saying things that make sense. I mean, the things Brother R, myself, Devon Grant, and others, including yourself, have said people continue to poo-poo. Oh, it's because you you can't get your big money. When
What a joke.
I mean,
Yeah. Them they who think like that, they don't realize how big a joke they talking. Okay?
they don't know the massive problem we have with this thing, you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you know, so if they were to do a catharsis and start over, we'd have a better chance. But the other thing is that you need people who ain't afraid to tell the truth,
Oh,
and you need a different system of public interaction. Okay? All right. First of all, the truth is from the time they realize that the smooth move in St. Croix for doing the propane conversion, and I'm talking in terms of we had the physical space, they put in the tanks and everything, and then they run into this problem in St. Thomas. And so now they do the cost overruns and everything else, and the thing is, after you promise the people the 30% reduction, and none of it has materialized. Okay.
so I mean, what reduction you talking about?
No, there is none. There is none. I'm just saying that, you know, we have these things. Honesty, you know, they say honesty is the best policy. So
Not in WAPA.
people,
Not in WAPA.
well, this is the problem I'm saying. Okay, you need people who can tell the truth and take it to the people so they could deal with the truth. Don't hide it, or worse yet, tell a lie, and then later on we come back and, you know, Devon called and he talked about the LEAC. We pay a LEAC for the production of water. There is no fuel involved in producing water. They have eliminated the use of fuel, but yet we pay a LEAC.
Yes, it is a doggy. I mean, doggy, it isn't. You know it, Grant know it, I know it. You don't think the folks in Wapa know it,
Right.
but they do it anyway to line somebody's pocket.
Right. But no, well, part of it is not necessarily lining a pocket. We're talking
Okay.
about telling the truth. For instance, there is a cost involved in producing water.
Of
Let's
course.
identify the cost, qualify it as to what the cost is. It's not fuel. And then you make arrangements to pay it. So at least people know what they're paying for. But right now, I think that it is fair game for anybody to think that it's some type of a kickback process where we getting money taken out of our pocket to give to some corrupt cause. And it may not be that. It may be that there is a cost and we have to document that cost and honestly say where it belongs. And I just playing angel's advocate when I say that because I'm not in
Well,
here
I'm
to
glad you
bash.
say angel. I was hoping you didn't say devil advocate. I hate that stupid word.
Yeah. So
But Tony, let me just finish because you don't know how it's refreshing it is. The amount of names I have been called for speaking out on the foolishness that's going on. It encouraged me to pay for 2 hours at a station with the governor all night. Mota and others. And let's discuss engineering, electrical engineering 101. Let's tell the truth, for God's sake, and stop hiding behind it.
right.
Because nobody will tell me that you are going to take IDE plants, desalination plants, scrap them, throw away the metal, sell it to your friend them or whatever, fling away waste heat boilers, and go to a very, very expensive reverse osmosis with filter, what, 4,000 a month, and they have to be changed every month. Give me a break.
Yeah. Well, that's the proverbial water under the bridge. 'Cause we don't dead now. And the thing is, who have the cojones to now go back and track and do a cost savings or cost overrun assessment to show the lack of wisdom or failure of wisdom to prevail. However it works out, because sometimes some people do speak up, but if you have voices stronger than yours in that context. Now let me reflect on something here for you. I want to change the angle of approach, not attack, the angle of approach for a second, okay?
Yeah.
There's a lady by the name of Cassandra Dunn, okay?
I know her very well.
I refer to her as a songbird of the airwaves, okay?
Okay.
Because when she was working at WAPA as in public relations, okay, she was very quick to get to the public and bring them up to date in some way that assuaged them and otherwise updated them, because when power got out, you ticked off. My power they off. But when you find out that somebody got in a car accident and somebody was injured and all of this first responders were there and the wires were, and they couldn't do anything with it, all of a sudden you say, well, wait, no. Okay, I'll deal with the fire, with the outage, man. You know what I'm saying? Because something serious going on here. Okay, and that type of communication with the community, when she left, it ended brap. Okay, they bring in all the political whoever and family friend to walk the scene and everything else. And this is way back when, because I'm not casting an aspersion on who's there. But I will say that the pattern of non-communication has continued. And not only that, you could send your little song bites to all the stations you want to. The public relations person for WAPA is like a senator. People want to hear from them. Okay? People want to hear them out. People want to get accustomed to that voice and know that when that person is talking, I listen, because they come in with sense and explanation and everything else. Okay? All right? Yeah. And that is sorely missing now for over almost 20 years now.
What?
And
Dougie, let me take you back to the 60s and 70s when I was there in Waka for 10 years. It was called back in 89 after Hugo to do the fever, paper pushing, called back again in 2005 after Maryland. Once it came to matters in the transmission and distribution system, I was the mouthpiece. I was the one that said there's a reclosure trip or a donkey kicked on a pole. Boy, you keep paying a pole $107,000 and they got to ask me now what to say. I mean, have we become so grandiose or are we so large? We're so big cooperatively that
well,
we
you
need a
know,
director of communications?
you know, the key is there is a skill and sometimes a talent and a gift of communication. And I'll just say that we've been very good at hiring people who have the technical credentials, but don't have the gift of gab and people skills to transform that into a relationship with the community. And it's never too late, but I'm saying this because I've observed it, and I would like to see a change for the better. So I throw that out. Now, anybody who take umbrage of what I said, well, you know what they could do for me, okay? But anyhow, I got another caller, but before I go, and let's talk about the art of communication here, right? Because I've talked about this before, and I'll probably talk about it again. While working at WAPA, one day I came out in the Sunny Isle office from the back door, coming out from the offices downstairs.
Yeah.
And as I entered into the hall, somebody said, "Doug Canton." I just thinking it's somebody who ain't seen me in ages and, just hailing me up, whatever. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" So anyhow, so the person then, it got this long line of people in the place and say, "How come with all these people you ain't got two teller?" Okay? And in that moment, every head turned and everybody looking at me, right? So now, but wait, let me finish the story. True story, folks. I'm making up nothing here. So what happened is I say, yes, we usually have two tellers, right? And we have a third one who is on standby. So when time comes, one can leave and go and get lunch, and they're replaced by this person, and then the other person can leave when that person comes back, or so that we always would have two for these rush hour times. Well, I went on to tell him and said, look, one of our tellers went out to lunch and somebody knocked them down. True story. Story. So now we down to two people, and they do have to eat, right? We can't just put them in there and let them pass out and count your money wrong or whatever because they didn't get a chance to go and get something to eat. Man, you could have hear a pin drop and the expressions on the face. All of a sudden, everybody could understand. They didn't like having to wait in line, but they could understand how they got there, right?
Exactly.
But now let me tell you what. I left out of there and me went back through because that would last for 15 minutes while the line change out and a new set come in. I'd have been repeating the same thing all day long, But anyhow, I have
to go to. I grant and the rest of us need to issue a disclaimer. We ain't looking no work. We just want things to be done correctly. Thank you.
All right. You have a great day. All right. Good thing. All right. Good thing. All right. Let me see if my person on line 2 is still there. Good morning, WSTX.
Good morning, Doc. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well under the circumstances. We had a blessing of rain this morning. I got a nice soak up at Little Bay yesterday, so the massage still there in full swing. So We good.
Okay, please allow me to use your platform to reach out to the people who have called, showing sympathy and condolence to the Sun family and the passing of Renee Marie Sun. She was a former WAP employee.
Yes, you go right ahead.
So I just want to tell those people from the family of Renee's son, thanks for their condolences and, sympathies. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for that information because very often things happen, and there are people that are close to you, and you don't know, you ain't see them for a while, whatever. It's really heartfelt thanks that I give to you for coming on with that announcement.
Thank you much.
All right, you have a good day, and my condolences to all. Okay, yes, folks. You know, there's this thing I talk about, the circle of life, the circle of life, and you do your best to touch people's lives and make a difference. Me, I'm always talking about doing this random act of kindness. Yeah, and when you're feeling kind of bored, do some premeditated acts of kindness. You're not gonna get called before Congress for that kind of stuff. No way. And if you if by chance you do 43 counts and they find you guilty, they're gonna sing praises about you. They're gonna lock you up. All right, all right, all right. Yes. Anyhow, it's just one of those things that in our community, long before you had cell phone, especially you go out there and you walk past somebody and you say good morning, good afternoon. It used to come back around faster than we have cell phone now. Now, mommy and granny and whoever there by family in the States and they calling you about something that happened 15 minutes ago. Lordy be, or less than that. Okay, so it's good that we have the people who are sharing this information that we can talk to each other and talk to the community and otherwise maintain the bonds of community, because really that's the most important thing that we got. That's the most important thing that we got. It's something akin to we talk about culture and that type of stuff, and we have to hold on to these bonds that we have. Now, how are we going to do it? Well, one, we have to each do our part. And remember, for every minute that you complain about something being different than how it was, please, please, please find another minute or 5 to creatively find ways to counteract those things. Because we want it to get better. We want it to get better. When they beat up on the politicians and so forth and so on. And I tell people, I say, I want them to succeed, I want them to succeed at what they're supposed to do, which is to look out for the interests of the people. I really do. Because I am not a masochist. I don't want pain. I want to see them holes in the road get fixed. I don't want my car to mash up again and again and again. I want it to get fixed. And the reality is that complaining every day, calling a talk show is not going to fix a pothole. Okay? But I tell you what, you find 100 people in any neighborhood and they sign a petition saying fix this pothole or else, and make a copy of that petition and deliver it to every senator. 100 votes times 4 people in each family, that's 400 votes. That can make the difference between whether they get back in or don't get back in. And you want to be surprised. Okay? They jump on the executive and walk with the executive, and if the executive don't move fast enough, next thing you know, they do their little thing, and you see somebody from VI Paving or somebody from Marco show up and the pothole fix. But the government ain't got no money, but they get fixed because some people were creative enough to figure out a way to make it happen. Well, not to take anything, but more so to big up my friend Nicole Tyson, who out there making it happen. Yeah, We have to be a part of making it happen. All right. Anyhow, folks, I gotta pay my dues here to Sarge, okay, and everybody else involved. So the important thing here today is that culture is something that you have to teach and pass on, and otherwise make it alive. Here we go, folks.
Watch now. Image. We back again. We got another little quiz for you. Balance. Aye. You thought it was good the first time? Man, we had so much fun, we could do it again. Hello, my people. How you doing today? It's been a long time coming, what I have to say. Look at our culture, things are not the same. Let's not sit down and do nothing while it goes down the drain. Please help me. Let's support the masqueraders, the musician and mass makers. All the way. Hey. Look around, the hearts are dying. We must prevent this from happening. Start today. Fight for your culture, work for your culture, enjoy your culture. Together, worship your culture, learn from your culture, stay with your culture forever. When it comes to eating, I just feel so shame. All these European dishes, I just can't explain. What happened to fungi, dumpling and Johnny cake? Yam dashing and sweet potato, cassava and plantain. Help me. Callaloo fried fish to kuna. Wash it down with some brown soda. Or some lemonade. Sorrel, sour, passion fruit. Sankayo. Good thing.
Yeah, folks, it's your culture, okay? And it's up to you to make sure it live. Yeah, but more than that, Jared is in the house, as you can see, and he's trying to make sure I live. So, he bring me up some cornbread muffin, okay? And for those of you who don't know or know where WSTX is in Gallows Bay in Christiansted, we are right across the street from the bistro. So, you know, I love all things cornbread. Just love it, okay? So, I've been getting blueberry muffins because for some reason they had no cornbread. So we protested politely. We protested politely in the most positive sense. And they have responded. So I'm here to tell you that the folks at the bistro have a good cornbread muffin. If that will make your day in the morning. Okay? The only thing that would have taken it to the next level is if I had some cappuccino with it, but I'm not complaining. I was thought of, and as a result, I will live to broadcast another day. Creator willing, okay? But we got some calls here on the line, so let's
Just so that you know, I'm not an octopus.
You're not? Well,
No.
Of course, that's why I'm saying, you know, I ain't complaining.
I can only carry so much.
I am very happy for having what I have, okay?
And good morning to the listening audience. Good morning to those watching on YouTube. I'm not sure if we're on Facebook. We're on Facebook.
Yeah.
Good morning to those on Facebook as well. And good morning to the callers.
Okay. Engineer, if you could hook us up with the video in here, because we want the videos to be the same cameras, okay? All right. So let's do a thing here now. Let's get to the phone lines. Good morning, WSTX.
Yes, good morning, my friend. I was just going to ask you if you had any blueberry muffin. You get cornbread?
Cornbread is the bomb, okay?
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks, Gerard.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Texas.
And by the way, for those who might be thinking and gifting me some cornbread, no sugar necessary. Okay?
Right.
I love it just so. No sugar necessary. Okay?
Stay away from the sugar, my son. The sugar will do some damage.
You know, I tell you.
The sugar is
Like
good.
They call it the silent killer.
Hey, tell me about it. I love my sugar, but I force myself to change up my habits because when the damage is done, it's hard to undo. Okay?
You can't undo.
Because the one that pancreas say, I give up, that means they give up.
Hey, tell me about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, how the weather in Texas treating you, man?
My son, you know what's a bipolar?
No.
1 minute in 93 in the afternoon, and the night is 69.
Oh, my goodness.
Yesterday, 73 till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it was 73. After that, it started climbing up in the 90s.
Well, let me tell you something, right? One day I went to Kramer Park and the sun was hot like it was 93 degrees. Okay?
Wow.
Okay? And then that night it got cold, so it went down to 69 degrees. So I know why it is that they want what we got, but they get it.
But you remember, 96 degrees in St. Croix is different.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah, when here is 96, it's like 116.
Yeah. All I had to do was walk across the sand to the water. So I could deal with the hot sand till I get to the water. Okay? So.
Yes, Mr. Canton, I want to ask you, what's today or yesterday or D-Day? What's D-Day? Stop eating the muffin, man.
You know, I'm sorry, man. It tastes so good. I have to apologize because everybody that here watching me stuff my face.
They want peace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, you ain't got none left. That's how it'll be. Well, if I were you, put Gerard to be on the air and you sit down on the side and finish it off and then come back.
Gerard there, buddy. He deliberately letting me do this, but
I got my muffin too, you know.
I know, but you can wait until when you finish 10 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
I
wait.
I
Yeah,
a
you
busy
can wait
man,
for
you know.
10 o'clock.
When I finish 10 o'clock, I got someplace else to be.
Well, while you're there and they're ready, you could be chewing.
No, no, no.
But the
Can't,
cat
you know, you know
driving.
better. You know better than that. You can't eat on that bus.
well,
Okay.
let's go back to your question, right? D-Day,
Okay, question indeed.
D-Day. Well,
Normandy.
first of all,
Uh,
for me, I gonna look at it in the big picture. The big picture is that we have a people who going to be one day driving a bypass and think it was always there, you know. And so in America we have these freedoms and other things, and these people just think it's all there. They don't they have no connection to the sacrifice that was made
okay.
over the years. And in that context, what's going on with D-Day is that
Okay.
we are reflecting on all of those people who sacrificed in the
Their
war.
life.
Yeah, sacrificed their life in the war.
Right.
And those, as well as those who survived to tell a tale, and we're getting to the point where the last of them are transitioning out.
Right there in the 104 they were saying this morning.
Yeah,
Right.
one of them was 104.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we don't have a systematic way of teaching about these things in history. So we have all these young people who are growing up. If you look at our legislature, for instance, okay,
Right.
and when you know that we have the highest one of the highest per capita of participation in the military,
In the war.
how many people with military background you see in office, okay? And because and you could see the change. So you look at it in Congress, you look at it in the former president when he want to know what's in it for them, you know, when he want to call people, what's the word he used?
Suckers.
Suckers, you know. So I guess he's sitting at home or wherever talking about all these suckers that went to overseas and died.
Oh, Donald Trump?
Anyhow,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Okay. Yeah, all right.
anyhow, we don't even call no name. I don't
Right, okay.
even give them that. Okay, because when I see people who are in the military or veterans supporting some, that's like, you know, turn the other cheek gone crazy. You're going to slap me and I going to watch you and say, I love you. Do it again. You're going to slap me, I going to say, I love you. Do it. No, at some point, you have to realize that there's something errant in your behavior, something wrong in your behavior. Because when you're dealing with a sociopath, somebody who otherwise have no empathy, no caring, no feeling, it's not like your behavior is somehow going to set an example that is going to change their character. Okay, so you know, different strokes for different folks, and yes, you can't let something consume you for life. You have to know how to let certain things go, but you have to learn how to stop things in a track too. So when we talk about D-Day and things like that, my concern is that from looking at America, that we're becoming detached from our history in a way that allows us to be manipulated to end right back up in it. And so when China and Russia band together and jump on America at its weakest low point, you know, you know, how we gonna be there with our jaw dropped? No, we don't believe this. This is the same Putin that we were worshiping. How he could do this to us? Like, please, was he ever your friend? But you know, anyhow, so much for that. I got another call on the line, so I put you on a leash. Talk to me.
Okay. What I was trying to tell you, look at D-Day. Everybody went around the world to help whoever it is needed the help, right? I saved them, right? What about Palestine and Israel? What they're doing to them? What Israel doing to Palestine is unbelievable. Nobody around the world open their eye and helping the poor people. They don't have tanks. They don't have planes. They don't have food. They don't have electricity. They don't have food, clothes, none they have. And
Well,
Israel killing them.
let me-
And America approving it.
Well, let me say this, right? Let me say this, right? One of the things you and you look at the International Court of Justice that America want to sanction and everything else, right?
Yeah, okay, look at that.
You know, the bottom line is that the most powerful always trying to exempt themselves from the very rules and laws that they put together. Okay, that's. No, let me finish. Let me finish, kid.
Okay,
I come into you, right?
All right.
Because you're stating things that on its face anybody can look at what's going on and see something ain't right. Okay.
Right.
I try to appeal to people's senses from a kind of a different direction. Okay? If I say that there's a murderer in our hospital, should we bomb the hospital?
No, go
Okay.
and kill the murderer.
You want to deal with the murderer, but you're not going to bomb the hospital.
Correct.
You're not going to bomb the school. You're not going to bomb the mall just because somebody say there's a murderer in there. Now, I want to get to the somebody say. Because what's bothering me is that I hearing somebody say, but we never have proof.
Proof. The thing with Israel, what they're really doing is anyone who can carry a gun, a male from 9 years old and above, he's a terrorist. He's Hamas.
Well, you know.
That's what they consider it.
Right, okay.
So when they kill everybody in the hospital, they say, okay, we ain't going to have no more Hamas coming up in the afternoon.
Well,
but later, his family going to want revenge.
Yes, well, that's the thing of it. That's the thing that bothers me the most is that when people start saying that they can get rid of an ideology, and I call it an ideology because Hamas cruelty and wickedness has become more like an ideology. You can't kill an ideology. Okay? And this is the Israel that know through Mossad and everything else know how to infiltrate and take out people.
Right.
So I am very concerned that we're using this hammer to kill a fly. Okay?
Right.
And
a 2-ton bomb.
Right. Now, but let's be clear about something, right? Let's be clear. What happened October 7th was despicable. Okay?
Okay.
Two wrong. No, let me finish. Two wrong don't make a right. Never have. You know how they said two negative don't wrong and make a positive.
Right.
No,
Correct,
two wrong.
yeah.
No, but the reason why I'm saying that is that there are those who would listen to what I'm saying, and the first thing you'll hear, anti-Semitic. Okay?
Right, everything for them, everything.
No, and my thing is no. Wrong is wrong is wrong.
Right.
I really don't care who doing the wrong. It is wrong. Okay? Now, we have the ability to target people. That's why they got a Reaper up in the sky and can target, and you see the little crosshairs and go right down and take out this one. Right. But the thing is, those are very targeted and strategic bombing schemes. When people hear about this 500-pound bomb, 2,000-pound bomb, and it'll just blow up, I mean, it's like you drop that on our hospital, the whole hospital gone.
And not only the hospital,
but yeah, I understand that. But I'm trying to focus on a point, right?
Right.
You're trying to find one murderer, and you'd go and you take out 200 people to kill one murderer. And I'm just saying that at some point, the math just don't work out when you have other alternatives. Okay?
Mr.
And
that's you have somebody on the other line. I don't want to take
yeah. Anyhow, I just
Israel have a thing they call daddy home. What's that? Is when the Hamas reach in his house, around his family, they blow up everybody. Second thing, Mr. Canton, 6 hours. It's October 7th. They say the IDF, it took them 6 hours to get there to save the Israelis. You think the Hamas, in 6 hours, they could kill 1,200? beheaded babies.
Wait. Hello.
Yes.
I know that when it comes to war and viciousness, anything is possible, brother. That's not that's not the point. Because
Hamas,
wait, listen, no, Kier, no, Kier. Let's be clear here, okay?
Okay, but
If you I'm saying if you kill one person or 10 people or 100 people indiscriminately, you're going down the wrong road because two wrong don't make a right. Okay, so no. Okay, so let's be clear on that point.
The Hamas, they're rightful. Every time they shoot a bullet, they have to oil it down with WD-40. You think they're gonna kill 1,200?
Brother,
They don't have that like Israel.
brother, you talking about Hamas in a way to suggest you know things about Hamas that I don't know.
I don't know nothing.
No, well then don't. But this is what I'm saying. The reason why I am stern on this point is people are getting distracted. Okay. I as far as I'm concerned, Hamas is a non-people to me. In the context, I don't even like to use their name. Okay? And I'm saying, but I am telling you, I don't care who is doing the wrong. I gonna call out the wrong. Okay? Because they ain't the bottom line is their cause wasn't made any better by what they did. In fact, it's made everything a whole lot worse. Number one. And number two, they don't care, okay, about using people as human shields. So you need to cut down on any comment about Hamas because Hamas is not going anywhere positive. That's all I'm saying. Okay?
All right.
So,
well, you have another person on the line. I don't want to take too long,
all right,
brother. Go ahead. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. All right. Take care. All right.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Good morning. Good morning, WSTX. Thank you for waiting.
Yeah, Dougie, allow me to say morning to your co-host, even though I said it before he brought the muffin. Listen, oh God, you're going into this one. DJ, yes, let me, of course, thank all those who paid the sacrifice of their life. And I sort of can feel the hurt that the family goes through. I have said before that my graduating class in the Virgin Islands lost 6 soldiers in the Vietnam-era conflict. Since that time, I lost a brother who was a well-decorated Air Force veteran due to Agent Orange and a daughter in Afghanistan. So I know that the suppression and the page. And okay, so let me just put that aside. Go to the political part now with this gentleman that is a sleazy, slimy scumbag with a white racist white supremacist will have the gall, but it's not his gall. It's the stupidity of us black folk that he invited to Mar-a-Lago for sumptuous dinner just because he realized he made the black vote. Okay? So let me say what I'm done with it. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Yes. Good morning, WSTX.
Yes.
You gotta turn down that radio. You got a delay.
Yeah. So you say that two wrongs don't make a right. But 3 wrong turns can get you back on track. Because 3 lefts can give you a right turn. And as you pointed out, 2 negatives can give you a positive. So sometimes they can turn things around. But, of course, with Hamas and Israel, neither side is behaving properly. Both are after the same things, and both are using very similar methods. Neither of them are right. And I don't see anybody looking at this objectively can support either side. Both are basically doing the same thing, killing a whole bunch of innocent people trying to get to the people that they really want and the people that they're really in a battle with. And they both are wrong. They're both going for the same thing, which is control of the region. And there's really, I don't see, and if somebody can point out to me, what is the difference between the two sides?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't know that there's a difference in the context of which you ask in the question. I think that you pretty much nailed it down. If one person is doing the killing and the next person now starts doing the killing and well, you started it first, or you started it second, or you did it worse, or you did it worse, and it goes on and on and on and on. The thing is, there is nothing righteous on either side. So, but when people believe that and behave that way, that's how do you fight against a mindset, or ideology? Because one of the things that's happening, I'm sorry, but I can't feel that I can't believe that the Palestinians somehow are saying, well, I know Hamas is bad, so I forgive you, Israel, for killing my father, my brother, my sister, my little child. I just don't see that logic working out.
But actually, if you look at it, both of them are supporting each other.
But I understand.
When Israel kills people, the Palestinians, then the family members and others would more likely side with Hamas. When Hamas kills innocent Jewish people,
right, and
they are both actually helping each other exist.
I agree 1,000%, especially with Ben Gvir and those other killing, who seem to have the idea that the best Palestinian is a dead Palestinian. Okay, those folks that think like that, they're there, and.
Well, when Hamas first attacked Israel, the news and everything, they said that there was an upcoming peace conference or something, and Hamas didn't want that to occur.
Right, I'm aware of that. I just didn't get.
So of course, it hasn't occurred. They
got exactly what they wanted. They wanted to upend that whole process from moving forward. Okay, so my concern,
Israel wasn't interested in it either. So basically, they seem to be working together.
Right, because it's really strange to me how Israel just had their defenses down for so long before with everything,
their intelligence agency, Mossad, or
right? No, yeah, it's yeah.
Like, how did they not know? And the U.S. said they warned them. They told them that something was going to happen.
Right.
And yet still, they just sat there. And they have all kinds of things. And supposedly everything was down, that they had no clue.
Yeah. Well, anyhow.
They are in this together.
Right,
I don't see how people don't see this.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that's clear to me is that what is Gaza is destined under the current action to become a permanent part of Israel based on where I see it going. There is no plan to help the Palestinians reclaim their own leadership and get Hamas out. That's not the plan, at least as far as I could see it.
Even that is not going to happen, because many countries are saying they want a Palestinian state. France has come out, and there's others that have come out. So they're not going to get rid of them.
Right. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
I don't think that either side is really trying to solve this.
Right.
They stay in power.
Right.
Netanyahu was losing support in Israel.
Right. I'm trying to take it to those places in the sense that, one, I agree with you. I was just pointing out the one side, and I was coming to the other side that you came to, which is that these anybody who has the hope that this is going to happen or that is going to happen, they don't realize how much everything is destined to be a stalemate for long after we gone. In that context, you know, it's craziness. What you say about the gentleman trying to, it's like Trump and these cases. Okay, you got all these people working to make these cases never get decided. Okay, the fact of the matter is, most people don't have forgotten. It seems that Netanyahu was in the same boat that Trump is in. War is on Netanyahu's side, keeping from things getting quiet and the courts having to look at the corruption and deal with him. So he like it so. Now, let's.
People get lost by the details and don't get to.
Yes.
There used to be the saying, they're missing the forest because of the trees.
Well, let me.
And focus on the trees. You don't realize the trees are part of a bigger thing.
Okay, in that
And
context.
that's what people are doing. They're getting
In that
wrapped up
context.
in the details and are totally missing the bigger picture.
Yes, but in that context, let's
it's not
change the direction a little bit here. In the same
It's
context,
not surprising that a lot of people who in the U.S. who are part of these movements that are either pro-Palestinian or pro-Israeli.
Well,
the people who are doing the encampment are young people who don't realize how long this thing has been going on, and they are definitely
okay.
missing the forest.
I need you to hold up for a second here, okay? Because I want to switch the context a little, because sometimes you have to look at things in a different way. Because once upon a time, in the black community in the United States, we were talking about the police are coming into our neighborhood, they're killing our people, indiscriminately, they're doing this, they're doing that. And then cell phones and cameras came out and we saw it. Before then, nobody wanted to believe. Okay, it's just criminal activity and the police doing what they're supposed to do, whatever. Now, not only do we know, but others know and can see, but cognitive dissonance is such that even though they could see, don't mean that they accepted it in their mind. No, number one. So when I see what's going on over there, I reflect back and in terms of the public kind of looking the other way or is otherwise being led the other way, and look at the role of the press in this, okay? So now, okay, the role of the press. And there's some incidents that have happened.
Well,
as a person from the military.
They have something to report on, something that people are going to tune in.
But it's what they're not reporting on.
They're the ones who have kept Trump alive.
Yes, but no.
Benefited more people pay attention to the news because they put out stories about Trump.
But let's jump back to the Middle East. I want to bring you back to the Middle East. I don't want to get hijacked by Trump. Okay, let's jump back to I want to take you back to the Middle East.
It's the same situation. The press also gains by this. They're not just reporting and things. They are gaining.
Yes.
For this thing going on, they benefit for it to continue.
They want eyeballs. They want advertising. They want all these things. Yes, they are benefiting, but I want to bring it back for a reason. There's certain things in terms of you look at the disparities and what people report on. Okay? In my training in the military, we learn about the Geneva Convention and certain things that you do or don't do, and you hear about war crimes and this, that, and so forth and so on, right? When a person takes a white cloth and hold it up in the air, they are no longer a combatant, okay? They could be a prisoner if you wanted to be a prisoner, but they're not a combatant. So I watched this 82-year-old woman with a 7-year-old child in one hand and a white flag up, and she's trying to cross the road. And then you hear the bullet ring out. You see her fall down dead in the middle of the road, and the child frightened out of the mind, running away, And you say, well, okay, what's going on here? This happens when a military has been trained and conditioned that civilians, especially if they are demonized, because I believe that in that context, all Palestinians have been demonized. Okay,
so it's Israeli army and the Palestinian.
Yes, the IDF. Yes,
okay.
yes. And then you had the 3 Israelis who were hostages who had escaped, and they had the white flag up, and the Israeli forces killed them. So this is when people are so intent on, through the demonization, on killing people, and this is where these things like you hear you hear words like I'm saying when you hear words like genocide or whatever, these are things that lend credence to those type of accusations, because now they kill their own people just because their eyes are blood red for anybody who in their mind look like a Palestinian, and white flag or no white flag.
But that's the crazy thing about it. They couldn't even recognize their own. That's how close the Palestinians are to the Israelis.
But I could...
it wasn't just one of them. It was three.
Right, but what I'm trying to take you is that I could figure that out. You could figure that out.
Versus being Palestinian, they couldn't recognize this.
Yes,
and
but
so that tells you how close they are to each other.
No, but
and also shows you what their focus is about.
Right. Well, my focus, is on the fact that there's a Geneva Convention and the way your military is supposed to conduct themselves.
Yeah, but you know how
and
that
no, but
the Geneva Convention only kicks in if you win the war. then you apply it to the loser. But if you're the winner, nothing gets applied to you.
Right.
The Geneva Convention only is for losers.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get past that. You see, you could say that, and you didn't hear it. But yeah, but I got an other side I'm trying to get to. We having a conversation, or you cutting me off every time I try to say something?
So I can't throw in anything.
Well, no, it's not throwing in. I trying to throw something out to you to get your input. That's all. Anyhow, it's been good talking with you. We got another caller here, so I want to bid you adieu and have a great day. Take care. All right. Hey. All right. Yeah. Now it is the media, okay, and these killings of people who have the white flag up and otherwise are unarmed. And the example I gave was one of many, and it just brushed aside. No focus on it. And in that context, the media is doing what they do, but in the process, all these students in the schools, people trying to conflate their watching these things and saying this isn't right with anti-Semitism. And I'm saying, like, say what? Killing is killing is killing.
Right.
You know, it's like they're anti-Semitic killing and Arabic killing or Hamas killing or what. No, killing is killing is killing. And when you're going to drop a 2,000-ton bomb on a hospital, you intend to wipe out everybody. You intend to wipe out everybody. You don't have no desire to surgically take out the people who are the problem. And that's where they lose me in particular. But anyhow, and I don't have time for anti-Semitism. And anybody who's had to deal with racism on any level, you're not going to choose any level to make a side on. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Anyhow, but moving right along.
We got a call on line 2?
No, that's why I went to line 2, and I thought we had Devin there for a second.
Okay.
But anyhow.
Devin, if you're listening, call back in.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's deal with the community council. You got something you want to talk?
Just about to ask you what's going on in St. Croix.
Mm-hmm. Well, how about potholes?
Well, you see right now, ain't potholes no more.
Oh, yeah?
No, when it was earlier up in the week.
Swimming pool now?
No, it's a pond. I see a man sitting down to the side of the road on a bucket with a fishing line.
Oh, I
fishing in the pond.
I see a hole so deep a person get in there that look like a baby in gestation.
You ain't hear the man was fishing? The man was on the side of the road. He pulled throw in the hole fishing.
I hear you. I see a hole so big. An adult person was in there. In not a completely fetal position, but a fitting Okay, and I said, Lord be, I glad I ain't hit that one day.
You know what I mean?
Oh my
Ridiculous,
goodness.
man.
Yeah, well, anyhow. Um,
Well,
what can you say? You could say a lot of things, but the fact of the matter is, as I said, until the people in the neighborhood start doing their petitions
mm-hmm.
and giving a copy of it to everyone who de in office and everyone who said they're aspiring to be in office,
Well,
you know,
they
right
got a
now,
problem with me this election here. You know.
brother,
Yeah.
they always have a problem with you because they always come in and tell you that you have a voice and it matters, and then they turn around and behave like they
Well,
never even heard your voice, right?
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's part of it. But
Okay.
you know, June 4th has come and gone, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So these raising fees on this public transportation system has gone in effect.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there was no town hall kept to inform the public of these raising fees. They had one press release probably a month or two back, but the public was not properly informed.
Mm-hmm.
The person in charge of the ADA portion of Vitron is missing in action. She wouldn't even pick up a phone. You understand? Even them for independent living been trying to get in touch with her. She's not returning calls. She's not answering the phone. What is going on with these people? When you call them, you can't get any answers.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Is the public being affected by these things?
Well, I'm right there with you. But I would tell you there's ways to get people to respond and ways to just say what you have on your mind and it got up in the ear and that's the end of it. Okay? Brother, persons with a disability as a general proposition have family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And the same way I talk about the pothole, it's the same strategy you have to use. When people see that it's affecting a community to the point where they communicate like that in a documented way, they just get up and move. They just get up and move. Okay? And that's just the reality of it. I'm going to continue to say that simply because if you want action out of it, you have to have a way of making it real to the people who you consider to be the powers that be. And right now, the powers that be glad they got talk show. Because people will get vent, and then it done. And then it done. Anyhow, you got somebody online too. Good morning, WSTX.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing, Mr. Canton?
Speaking.
Yes. I hear this morning on another radio station that FEMA is going to replace the Richmond power plant.
Yes.
Well,
Is that true?
I don't know about true or false. At this point,
Yes, the governor came on the radio and in his press briefing, and he said that.
right.
Right.
But promises. I won't tell you. I am very skeptical.
Mhm.
Very skeptical because the oh man. Here we done wrong for a long time.
The statement
Okay.
was made. The statement
The
was
statement
made.
was
We need a
made.
change.
Yeah, but here, the statement was made. Reality has not been set in as yet.
Okay.
Right. But we need a change because the Richmond plant really need to be replaced. You know? So the power will go down. cheaper.
Hey, hush. We're doing better than St. Thomas.
No, it's the same
Yeah.
thing.
No. Our power is on.
Here.
Oh, yeah. St. John too and St. Thomas, yeah.
They power
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Right now, they power off. So hush them out.
Yeah.
Before they
Yeah,
take
yeah,
off our
yeah,
walls.
Yeah.
That's why you need generator. Okay, have a nice day.
Okay, you do the same. Okay then.
All
All
right.
right, good thing. You know, I think back on when there was a plan to move WAPA to the South Shore.
So sure. I remember.
Okay. And it turned around that the legislature and all of them scuttle it and
Usual.
and sell off everything. I believe it went to Santo Domingo or whatever. Anyhow, it don't matter where it went. The bottom line is that we have an industrial plant in the middle of a residential area, and we had an opportunity to move it before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And whatever it is happened or failed to happen, 50 years later, okay? 50 years later, where we there? All right? Lack of vision. I remember as a younger worker in the Virgin Islands legislature when the Virgin Islands leadership was presented with the possibility of requiring AT&T to connect our schools to the internet through AT&T and giving them the right to bring in that cable. Okay, where ultimately they come in and they just mash up the place and do whatever, AT&T, long gone, whatever. And our people in the Virgin Islands, our leaders in the Virgin Islands said that to require that of them would have been being anti-business. Okay? Now, the internet has become the premier. We could have been the leader in terms of education and the incorporation of internet.
Yeah, I remember that day, the global crossing.
But let me, no, before, well, yeah. It ultimately morphed into global crossing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but you see, back in that time, we had leadership that was really very much, and I know some people gonna get swept up in this that don't belong in it, but it was male dominated and male dominated by people who knew how to chase woman, drink rum, and raise house. Okay, that's all they computer. What they know about that? Okay, and I've lived through that. Anyone want to take umbrage? We could go back historically, one by one, politician by politician, and find out what their habits were. Okay, but I ain't wasting time on my show to that. I'm just saying. Anybody stand up and tell me that this is what gonna happen? In 2 years' time, they're not even going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I feel I have all reason for skepticism. That's not in person toward that individual. They're doing their best within the confines of, I'm saying they're doing their best, okay? Within the confines of where we are here now. But I'm looking at it through the prism, the larger prism of history and facts.
Mm-hmm.
It took 40 years to build a bypass.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 50. Okay? And you go to places and you watch them in 6 months. Put back in place a bypass. I got more concrete than the whole of the bypass. Okay? So, that is where I am. I am not a naysayer. I'm saying, show me not just the money, because we got the money and we got a piss poor excuse for a hospital after we get the money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Show me. Because if we're going to have somebody else come with history come in here and build something and put it together and then turn it over us in some type of a turnkey fashion, patience. But, you know, in WAPA, generationally, as people change out, we had some people who used to work in the plant and run the plant, and they used to stockpile certain things out of anticipation. All right? And sure enough, they would be able to keep the plant online. That's why some people may not know that, but just like now, how our plant is a little bit more stable than what's going on in St. Thomas, you go back 20 years or so and see what was happening St. Croix versus St. Thomas, and you see some things going on. That's why you had St. Croix running at 120% when it comes to overtime, and St. Thomas, it was 180% overtime, because we had a culture where people were planning for stuff to break so they could have worked overtime and make more money. No, you laughing, but I telling it like it is. I got people cringing all now when they hear me say that. Okay? But you know, it's just the way it is. So when someone get up and stand up and say, you know what, we gonna build a whole brand new plant and everything gonna be better and hunky dory, well, been there, done that. From back in Redfield time when the man uproot that thing, and then now we come to propane, and the $80-something million turned into $160 million. All right, I just like a lot of people, I just had it. Okay, so
yeah, I got you.
Okay, anyhow,
but the press release did say funded by FEMA. FEMA says it's gonna be replaced. So
well, okay. Now you see, you just don't leave well enough alone.
No,
you just don't leave well enough alone.
I just tell you,
brother man.
The federal
how much thing was supposed to happen here on St. Croix since or Maria? Okay, and FEMA named in it.
Because number one.
No. Because no. We're gonna talk about the community calendar.
We went
no, because
and changed administration, and
man.
that was a problem.
No.
That start.
No, you're wrong.
The dysfunction.
You're wrong. I'm going to tell you're wrong. I love it. I know some people say, what? Dog, hold it down.
No, you go tell me I'm wrong all the what? I know I'm right.
No, listen for a moment, please. Listen for a moment.
Case in fact, Padre Joseph.
It had nothing to do with administration. Mm-hmm. You need to look on the FEMA side. Because the difference between what we're going to do and what we're going to provide money for and when the money reach and all of these other things, that's all I'm saying is that we're making it out like FEMA is a savior.
I have an inside in FEMA. I
I
know things that people out here don't know.
Okay. If I ever run for office again, you're gonna be my campaign manager because you got inside in all kind of place. Okay, but anyhow, let's get to
things that people don't know, dog.
You always know things. You had no car or coming to lick up in us the other day, and I didn't know. And I the one that supposedly could see, right? Anyhow, with that, anyhow, the bottom line is, they could stand up and pontificate and say, put out whatever press release they want to. Mm-hmm. I don't believe nothing until I see it now. I get to that point now.
Okay.
I've been here long enough, been through this long enough.
I feel the same way, Don't get me wrong, look, I feel the same way.
I was in a majority in the legislature that committed to having an audit done, and never happened. Okay? They tell me what I wanted to hear in words and never did it.
Because they want to go to jail. Anyway.
Other things. Well,
let's go to line one.
I know I'd have been going. I wouldn't have been going. Anyhow, we got somebody on the top. But we got to get to the community calendar, okay? I want to deal with the community calendar. Good morning, WSTX.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are thou doing today?
We are great, fantastic.
We got to get to the community calendar, so I ask you to please get on the horse and let's win the race.
I just came to talk about one issue today. I read Mr. Nibbs talk about WAPA and the calamity that it is.
Jared, you hear that, right? Jared is a witness. When I take you to court, Jared is a witness. I hear you. All right, go ahead.
Let me tell you something.
All right, we're listening.
Douglas can't talk.
We're listening.
When WAPA tried to cover up my on-the-job assault and then had the nerve to put it on the letterhead and put it out there into the universe, even though it was that and their surveillance camera, where in a civil society I took it to court
and was proven beyond a shadow of a doubt because the camera didn't lie as my witness while I was sequestered. And now look at them and the fees. And who's coming to the rescue? Freshwater Battling Initiative, a way to give them a sustainable revenue stream outside of their mandated authority to produce potable water and low-cost, reliable electricity for the jurisdiction. So what I called today about is the SNAP program for the summer, where the federal government already allotted, I found out it was an additional $175. When I called Human Services, I guess I shouldn't be astonished, but was told that the monies probably would not be available till maybe August or September. Well, being in summertime now, June, July, August, I mean, when the children are out from school and this is what the money was intended for, why have any issues? What is the causation? Then, you have to call the Senate. And when you hear call the Senate, you know what I mean.
Well,
so, I'm just bringing this to the people's attention, especially the families out there who children are out for the summer now, and if you're in the SNAP program, I'm sure you can use any additional funds.
Well, along the same lines, you have to wonder what were they thinking or what are they thinking. Now that summer camps are ramping up, some of them use the school facilities to run as part of their summer camp base. And some of these school facilities are charging as much as, let's say, $3,000 to a nonprofit organization that basically trying to do something that's barely a break-even operation. Okay? And it's creating a situation where organizations who can have children positively engaged are basically being eliminated from doing it. I mean, if they say, well, you got to pay this $2,700 at the end of the summer program, well, you got a chance to bring in some money, hopefully, and get some sponsors, hopefully, to cover that additional cost and knock it out. But these people are saying this is they putting this like it's the cost of to play up front. You got to have this up front. And this is something that if we told people 6 months ago, they could have gotten sponsors, they could have raised the money, they could have done what they need to do. But it's kind of like we're acting against our own interests. So what contacting the legislature going to do? They're going to give us some justification of why the SNAP isn't going to be available? I don't know. It's
well, first of all, you first have to be able to speak to an elected representative. So just in case they're unaware or maybe they're a member of a committee that this department falls under, that they have regulatory oversight, and just God forbid that they do their jobs right for the 85 to gain, right? When the governor of Puerto Rico only gains 75. But when you call the offices, leave a message, they never there. I want to know where you could be doing working hours.
In the well.
In your office.
In the well.
On the floor.
The restroom.
I, as your boss, you're the civil servant, and I calling you as a constituent. You have a cell phone, and an email message can send to you, a text message can send to you, a constituent needs to speak to you for just a few minutes because you're on the clock. These are the same people when I told them I will give you free consultation, that when WAPA comes to you in the well, these are the pertinent questions to ask.
Okay.
and what they do.
Top of the hour stuff. Yeah, no, I know.
At the same time, they now legislate that they want the PFA to go out and spend 6-7 figures to get a company to come in to tell them how to turn around Wapper.
In the background. Okay, yeah, well, we're going to have to run. We missed we got so caught up, we missed our top of the hour here. And my engineer, they're here.
You know what this soap opera is called? As the turbine turns.
Yeah, that's a good one. As the turbine turns. I like that. I like that. Thank you.
All right, I hear listening.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Okay, take care. As the turbine turns. All right, folks, we got some folks here who turn in their own turbine to make sure that WSTX is on the air talking to you here, and we just want to get in the big up. So we'll be back in a minute.
back.
Yes, folks. As you see, I was using the time in the break as much as possible to get this cornbread into my system here.
You still huffing that thing now?
Hey, the conversation got so the cornbread took lesser priority. I was answering the phone. Unlike them people that Devin will be calling, I was answering the phone.
Well, why he munching any cornbread?
No, I done.
You done? Oh, you done now?
But go ahead. You had something to say?
Yeah, just reminding the public of the I Can Connect program. If you have considerable hearing and vision loss, the I Can Connect program is for you. You can call 340-692-4267.
Do you or someone you know have
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
692-4267 to qualify. And you can get a free iPhone, iPad, whatever communicating device you want to choose. You get it for free, and you also get free training.
All right. Okay, so anyhow, I had it there.
You had it there?
For those of you who complain that you could see my computer, see it there?
Do you or someone you know have combined hearing and vision loss? I Can Connect is a national program that provides free training and communication equipment, including smartphones and computers, to individuals with significant combined hearing and vision loss who meet income guidelines. Call 340-692-4267. That's 340-692-4267 to learn more about the program's guidelines, refer someone you know, or to apply for the program.
We go.
You hear how Jared changed up his voice? That's Jared that talking, you know.
Yeah, right.
Okay, folks. Let's
You like Nar?
I like Nar. Okay. Well, some people like Bar, you know. So, something like the AI. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Zion Jones basketball training, folks, going on this summer at the Free Will Baptist School gym. And they have there for boys ages 9 through 16 and 13 to, they break it down into two groups, so 9 to 12 is on Monday and Fridays, and the 13 to 16 are there on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Okay, good thing. Them positively engaged in something that's also going to build character and sportsmanship, all these good things. Yeah. I keep reminding you about this short film contest that's going on called Equity is Us Film Festival, where they're accepting your submissions all the way through July 15th. And they're going to have screenings of these videos on August 10th on St. Croix and August 24th on St. Thomas or St. John. Now, just want you to know that it ain't just any and every video. The whole point of this is to put our community minds together to work on addressing certain things that we have to deal with here. Okay, in particular, drug use. Okay. HIV/AIDS, teen pregnancy, emotions, mental health, yes. But it's more than just documenting a problem. Your submission must include at least one prevention strategy to address the issues that you choose to bring up in your film. Now, the film is to be no more than 5 minutes, including credits. So it means that you have to be on the ball and expressing yourself, and in a way that is going to be clear to people to understand what you're talking about and get the image in their brain. They're going to have cash prizes. So, folks, plan to attend these festivals, meet the filmmakers, and be involved in some of the workshops that they're going to be putting together during the screening times. Yep. Okay. So definitely know that it's there. If you want to know more about it, there is a website to go to, www.archinstitute.org. www.archinstitute.org. All right. Now, there's been a license plate art contest going on for quite a while here now, and I've been talking about it. The folks there at the Our Town Frederickstead, yes. And they're letting you know that June kicks off not only the final month to submit your designs for the Our Town Frederickstead license plate art contest, but hey, also celebrating Caribbean American Heritage Month. So let's honor our rich Caribbean roots with your creative designs. You can check out their website, ourtownfrederickstead.org. Yes. Okay. All right. Good thing. Yes. I want to remind you that the Kikai Aquatics summer swim lessons are going on. Tuesdays at Dorsch Beach. They have 3 sessions, 3:30, 4 o'clock, and 4:30, and they got a 5 o'clock. Yeah. Okay, you know down west that sun is still up. Yep. 3:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30, and 5 o'clock. And that's at Dorsch Beach. On Tuesdays. Now, Thursdays, they're at Shoals Beach. Yep. 3:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. 4 sessions again. All right. And Saturday, they are at Beeston Hill Gym. They have sessions from 10, 10:30, 11, and 11:30. Now, if you want more information, you can follow them on Facebook at Kikai Aquatics. And you also have the email to contact them at Kikai, that's KIEKAI, aquatics at yahoo.com. All right. Good thing. Now, Jared, I know you know about this one, the Vibes Rebate Program, Virgin Islands Battery Energy Storage, folks, where you could get up to $4,000 for eligible new and approved grid interactive battery energy storage. Now, I'm going to break it down for you. Okay? If you're putting solar or some other type of energy saving device that can interact with WAPA, and that's important now, interact with WAPA, so that in the event WAPA goes off, it's going to provide automatic whole or partial home battery backup. Okay, so your fridge, freezer, whatever you're going to be backing up, going to have power, right? And you make sure that the system gets installed and is permitted. You can apply for that rebate of up to $4,000. Now, what I think we need for this is we need some type of a town hall meeting where these companies that are going to be offering these type of systems can come and give demonstrations, or maybe we can get them on the government channel to display their different systems so people could understand. If you're going to save up to $4,000, but you got to spend $60,000, you know, people might feel a little bit different. But if you're going to put out $15,000 and you could save $4,000, then it's a different thing altogether. So, folks, just know that Friday, May 24th, okay, businesses are interested in becoming a participating vendor. They want you to join them in a Microsoft Teams meeting on Wednesday, May 22nd from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Okay, we have line 1 here. Okay, good morning, WSTX.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, WSTX.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Canton.
Speaking.
Yeah, this is Dr. Peter calling from the West.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about an issue that we're having here in Frederickstead that needs to get the eyes of all the people living on St. Croix.
All right.
Okay. I don't know if you recall, about 2 years ago, we had an incident with individual living on the beach and had issues with people of color going to use the beach. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
All right. Well, we're back there again. This time it's not the tenants that's the problem. This time it's the owners. The owners decided of their own that they're going to put a barricade. They brought a truckload of boulders and dropped them on the beach, which is against the law. You cannot throw rocks on the beach. The area that I'm speaking to is in a state prosperity just after you cross the bridge where Mahogany Road is. Okay? And they were told, issued a stop order from the Department of Land and Natural Resources not to proceed any further until they brought in it, they applied for permit, and they showed how they were going to situate these boulders on the land not to create any encumbrance, as well as it is a natural nesting area for the leatherback turtle as well. Lo and behold, last Saturday, June the 2nd, I was leaving to go sell my plants as I do every Saturday up there by the agriculture department. I saw the backhoe. I mean, not a big backhoe, the little miniature one. And rocks, additional rocks coming. I think I saw another truck with rocks. While I'm up there, I get a call from a resident living around. So I asked me what's going on at the beach. I said, what are you talking about? I said, well, they're placing rocks there. The police was called. Okay? They find out, well, who gave the authority? Because you can't take any backhoe on any beachfront without a permit from the Department of Natural Resources, Planning and Natural Resources. You have to have a permit. I, as Farmer Commissioner of Agriculture, couldn't. You come to me, Mr. Canton, and tell me you want to land clear because you want to farm. We couldn't go in there until you went to DPNR and get a permit and then come back to us and show us that they have approved us and to move soil. You can't move soil without a permit throughout the territory. Okay? So that's why. Then the backhoe went on there as well. The backhoe should be fined as well, the operator, because he should know better. But the laws here are weak. They don't speak to consequence and fines and severe penalty for people when they destroy the natural resources of our territory. And those things aren't easily replaced. But the other danger of that, right, is that they have put the rocks clearly at the edge of the road. So even if people walk there from the tourist boat to go out to Rainbow Beach to enjoy the amenities that are there at that establishment, they got to basically walk in the road now because there's no 5 foot that's required by law that you stay away from the edge of the road. They brought them to the edge. So now if people want to use the beach, they're basically parking on the road. Okay? Because that's where they have to park. They also went one step further to put up a sign that the reason why they're putting the boulders up is because they're having a owner-created restoration program. Well, I have a very good friend who's a professional restorer of natural habitat, and he put a note on my post that the plants that they have there are inconsistent with a restoration project on a beach. And then the other thing, Senator Banton, when you're doing these kind of projects, you usually have either federal or a local government agency working along with you to make sure that you're in compliance protecting the nature, the natural resource that exists on that beach. You can't just decide you're going in a beach restoration program, and whose authority are you doing it? How you're going to be digging up, planting things and not, it may be your land, but you can't do things like that on a beachfront. And the land is narrow enough. I think if you think about it, when the tide is high, it comes the river comes very close to the road because there's not a lot of property. Okay? But now we've got rocks there, and it is a problem. Okay? And it's simply done because they do not want people, locals, going there whatsoever. Okay? I grew up going to that beach, never a problem. okay? And the greater problem, Senator, right, is that we as a government, the leadership, needs to look at what's going on here and put some vision. Any available beach property that's available right now, the government should be purchasing it and protecting it for the future generation. What are you going to tell the young ones when they come, they go through people's property to get to the beach? This lady in St. John that saw my post wrote and in the post that when she was walking down the beach, she got access. One of the owners turned the dogs on her. Want to know what she's doing on their beach? And it's not the first time we heard incidents of this.
That happened in Frederickstead or in St. John?
That happened in St. John.
In St. John, okay.
Okay. In St. John, she put it. It's on my post. Anybody can go and read it. Okay.
Right.
And the people are very, very upset in the historic town of Frederickstead, and I think we should be upset all over this territory because we have no problem. I have no problem with people coming to live from wherever, but they must understand that people live here. People that live here have customs and traditions
and laws.
As simple as that.
Yes, and laws that protect those things.
Yeah, and in Frederickstead we take them very seriously. Okay, we don't care who owns the land, but at least respect the fact that people been using that beach for a while. I saw a post on WhatsApp from Trinidad, from St. Lucia, that these people bought from England, bought this beachfront, and the people have used it for generations, and then put up signs, you can't come on there anymore. Well, they went down one Sunday and took care of that. Okay, they sold the property and left the island. Okay, we have to stand up to these kinds of infractions and stop them before they become, what should I say, epidemic, where we now have to beg people to go on the beach, and when we're on the beach, because we're in front of their house, they got issues and may set dogs on us. It's just not the way to live in an island. And the fact is, we live on an island, we have to protect our beachfront area because that's where people go for recreation. Look at what happens around here. Okay? People camp. Where they going to camp? On top of the house? On top of the house roof now? When you take away the beachfront from them?
Yeah.
I mean, we got to get it serious. So on Sunday, I am planning, like we have done, a very peaceful, non-radical protest. And we've done it the last time for a couple of weeks until we got what we wanted. At that property on Sunday, starting at 7 o'clock. Okay. I'm asking people to bring their grills, bring whatever, because we're going for a dip and at the beach. And we're going to show them that the beach belongs to the people of the
So when is this for?
It's Sunday, June 9th, starting at 7. And I'm going to have bush tea and bread and cheese, but I'm asking people to walk with a mug so you can collect your bush tea.
Okay.
That way we don't have to worry about littering.
Cups and littering and whatever. Right,
and
right.
Behind.
Yeah, bring your
own thing.
Yeah, and you walk us.
I'll give you the bread in your hand, you eat it, and
right.
a little napkin and so. But there'll be limited trash.
Right,
right.
Right.
Always do when we have that, somebody volunteers. I mean, that's how coordinated we are. Nothing free. And we go down and make sure that every ounce of trash that may be there, whether we found it there or possibly that we could have put it there, we take it up and go with it. Okay? So there's no complaint that we are trashy, we mash up the beach, we this and that. Okay? But it's the thing what we asking for, Senator, is respect.
Right.
And also respect the laws of the land. You cannot, because you want to do and baptize your land, you could just decide you're going to throw a bunch of boulders, and I'm saying not rocks.
Okay.
Boulders on the beach. Okay? Don't follow the law.
Yeah.
They told you when you put them there, do not proceed anymore until you come and show us a site plan. Just like you're building a house. After how you're going to situate them on your land.
All right.
And after we see and review it, we will give you the permit. Okay?
Commissioner.
And that's what we...
Commissioner, Arthur and Doggy, we all the same, right? But
Yeah.
you have a name of who was communicated with at DPNR?
No, I don't. No, I don't. No.
Okay. I think that is muy importante. I would ask as
But I know I could tell you this. I have a picture of the permit that was put on the rock.
okay. Well, I would ask you in the same way that you've taken this initiative, if you could find out a little bit about that. Even if it's to bring it to attention to our Mr. Nielsen there, 'cause he usually will take a step forward, okay, in that sense, because sometimes we make complaints and people think it's just another complaint as opposed to the fact that
that's what I consider me another complaint, because I always find things that are grievous.
Right.
I think that I can communicate, and I've always used my voice to speak for those who can't.
And thank you for doing that.
Or those who are suffering.
Thank you for doing that.
Okay? Or when I see problems that people are silent on, that I have children and I have grandchildren that have to live here and know it's going to create a problem in the future, I speak out.
Yeah.
Okay? Particularly now that I'm not looking for work.
Well,
we can get very personal around here.
Well, brother.
Okay? Rather than saying there is a problem, it's Peterson again.
Okay.
I was on the radio talking. Okay? But I'll get some more information.
Yes, and I'm inviting.
DPNR is aware of it. I even went one step further and called my good friend, my fat brother, the Honorable Farmer Commissioner, Sarnes, and Sarnes is aware of what's going on and what our plans are. Because I don't want the day we go down there, they swear that we come because the government can't stop anybody from going to the beach. Okay?
That's right.
And, okay, and we live in a what? A country where you're free to express yourself. And you don't destroy people's property, you don't create chaos, and you don't create problems.
All right.
We are not going there to create any problems. We are going to send a message.
Right. No, we just want him to follow the law and be respectful. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's the message.
Well, my status has just gone upward because I am now connected with somebody who got direct contacts with Lord Harry the Judge. Okay? So I am inviting you to follow up with me next Thursday. Okay?
I definitely will let you know on Thursday what the outcome was.
All right.
Definitely.
Good thing.
All right. And you have a good day. And again, let me just repeat that Sunday, June 9th, we're going for a dip at the Estate Prosperity beachfront that we as children and countless generation before us have gone and enjoyed without any big boulders put in it, barring us or creating difficulty for us to access. Just not going to be tolerated.
All right. Good
if you
thing.
don't stop it now, you're going to get worse.
Amen. Okay.
All right.
All right.
The marshals come to put us out.
Thanks for bringing it to my attention. And let's.
The only place left to go in the ocean, and there's no habitat in the ocean.
You know. Anyhow, good thing. So I look forward to hearing from you next week.
Definitely, Senator.
All right. Okay then. Take care. All right. Okay. Folks, it's that time, okay? Make sure you do your random act of kindness. Make sure if you're feeling bored, kind of, out of it, do some premeditated acts of kindness.
Or do like Jerry and do a random act.
Okay? Anyhow, love's in need of love. Please share the love. Until next time.
When we're not talking, you'll hear all your favorite songs, including calypso, jazz, love song, gospel, and those country legends, giving you more music variety. This is AM 970 WSTX.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?